Welcome to another episode of MMOpinion, where we discuss a few gaming topics of the week. I'm Reina, and this is Kirk. Kirk, why don't you tell us what's first on the docket?
On the docket today, our first topic is character customization. So we asked, is character customization a must in MMO games? In my opinion, my honest opinion, I'm just thinking about the last game that I played, which was Guild Wars 2. I started a character, some Asura character, and I created it for about 2 hours, and I've played the game a total of 5 hours.
Wow.
So half the time I spent creating my character. So I guess my opinion is character customization is a must. Gotta have it.
Yeah, 2 hours, that's a long time. That's a lot of investment.
But my character looks badass.
It should. 2 hours of hard work. I think character customization is fantastic. It's definitely part of the fun. I remember when, like, way back in the day when Soul Calibur 3 came out and you were able to create a fighter and you were able to, like, customize a playable fighter character. It was so cool. Like, you made it look like you, and then it fights all the other guys. That's phenomenal. You're fighting them. That's you.
That's the best
I liked
part about
that. Yeah, it felt good. Like, there's an investment in that, you know? I like
exactly.
it.
I think the more time you spend creating your character, the more likely you're going to come back to play the game.
Oh, yeah. Pride.
That's you. Like I said, that's you.
Yeah.
A couple of comments. Lucigen said that character customization is definitely a must at this point. Fact of the matter is, you're expected to look at this character for 50 hours, and you want to like what you're looking at. Giving an estimation.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. 50,000.
And he says that players are accustomed to at least some amount of customization, and I don't think that they're going to be heading back towards single character models. Diablo 3 is the only game I can think of recently that didn't have any, and that game sucked anyway. Burn.
Well, a lot of people felt that way.
A lot of people felt that way.
Yeah, they felt that it failed because there was no customization in it, and there was
among
no
other
like...
things.
Oh yeah, of course.
That could be a whole nother show.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking.
Oh, next week.
Next week on MMOpinion, Diablo 3 sucked.
Collective
what's
opinion?
next?
Okay, next on the docket, as you say, is virtual reality gaming headsets. Is it a yes or is it a no? What do you think? How do you feel?
I feel that if it is done correctly and done awesomely, that it is a yes. I think we've had a couple iterations in the past. I remember from like the 90s. I can't remember the name of them, but they were like really... They were ugly and just cheaply made and clunky.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously the games have gotten a lot better since then, so it would be different.
Right.
I guess with today's technology is what I'm trying to say. With today's technology, I think they'd be awesome. So I want to see them.
Right.
I want to see this now.
I'm actually surprised that they don't have them more, because I remember when I was younger and like I don't know if like you have this here, but we had like an indoor amusement park and it was called Sports World. Yeah, I'm sure there's like many. But I used to go to Sports World and they had this simulator like roller coaster thing, and I feel like it was made really, really well, and that was like back in the 90s. So if they can make a simulator rider kind of amusement situation so well, how can they not make a reality gaming headset well? You know, like you said, with the advent of technology nowadays, I feel like it would be really well calibrated. Yeah, definitely. And like you said, the technology existed back then. It was just really clunky and kind of awful, and really, really makes you dizzy, by the way.
Yeah, and most of you thought that virtual reality headsets are something that they would be interested in. Raquel says she's been waiting for this type of gaming to come out eventually. It's pretty cool and a unique way of gaming. It definitely will take some getting used to. I'm sure it will. Seizures and stuff. I would definitely purchase one of these if I can afford it. I'd imagine it'd be expensive.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, gaming consoles are like $200 to $300 nowadays.
Yeah, it would probably be similar to that.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
More. Yeah. I mean, like, wait, the 3DS, it was a handheld and it was like $200. So who knows? I mean, it's probably gonna be expensive.
And then this was an interesting comment from a Two Dog Town. You said, ever since Lawnmower Man, smiley face. And
what?
I'm not sure.
Help us.
I don't know what that means.
Lawnmower
Man.
Huh, interesting. Lawnmower Man is a 1992 American sci-fi horror film written by Brett Leonard and Gimel Everett. The film was adapted.
Good guys.
Yeah, I don't know who they are or what this is. The film is named after Stephen King's short story of the same title. Okay, well, basically, we were told that this movie is about a mentally handicapped man who is given intelligence via this virtual reality shifter thing.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess.
So it wasn't just a random comment.
No,
it actually
it's
made sense.
Yes, it did make sense. It's not random.
In a creepy sort of way.
In a totally creepy way because the movie's creepy. So
Cool.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll watch that.
No, don't do it.
And our last opinion is: does instant travel make huge MMO worlds unimportant? Basically, does it make the experience a little less satisfying?
Yeah.
I would argue that it does.
Do you?
Well, yeah. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Go on.
Well, I mean, whenever I think of MMO games that I really loved and enjoyed, I always think back to EverQuest, like the original EverQuest, and you had to travel for 2 hours, 3 hours to get across to a different town.
Right.
And I know that sounds crazy, and people wouldn't do that these days, but for me, it was awesome because it made it feel more like real life. Like, you couldn't just teleport over to Chili's and have lunch.
If only.
You know, get a nice margarita. Yeah, you gotta be stuck in traffic. Like, it's there was effort into getting to a place, and
right.
Competing quests.
And there's a reality in that.
There's reality in that, and I guess that's why I think it makes you could have this giant world, but you could just fly there or teleport instantly. It's just I don't know. It's not for me.
I understand. It does take away a little bit from it. I can totally see that. I like being able to travel eventually, a lot like Mike says in the comments. For example, in Pokemon, you're forced to go back to older cities because you need to talk to an NPC, you need to collect this, this gate opened up, now you have this new move that opens up this rock thing or whatever. So you have to travel back and forth all the time, and if you didn't have fly or dig or something, it would just, the game takes so long, and it's a little bit different because it's not like Pokemon is an MMO, so the interactions are going to be different as you pass through the towns and whatnot, but it's impossible to do if you don't have fly.
That's true.
Fly is so essential.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm for it and against it. I'm for it.
It depends
I'm
on
also
the game.
for I'm also for it because I don't know, it takes a lot of your time, and if you're not really invested that much in the game, then you'd probably just quit and just be like, well, I gotta travel for 2 hours, this game is not that cool.
Right.
I got other stuff to do.
Right. So yeah, I like the whole eventually having the ability to instant travel if it's necessary.
Eventually,
yeah. I mean, in real life too, I would eventually like to instantly
travel.
travel.
Well, yeah, when you get to 16, you get to drive a car. You don't have to walk anywhere anymore.
Oh, I guess that does feel like
instant travel.
Instant travel.
Well, that's the opinions that we had for today on MMOpinion.
Yes.
But please, check us out on the website, Facebook, Twitter, and we ask a question every day. So you answer, we will read them to you, and we'll also give our opinions.
Yeah,
that's why you're watching.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and remember, kids, just like Kirk said, you can be a part of the show simply by giving your opinion on MMOtech.com.
Peace.
Bye!
Hey, did you know about this app?
What is that?
It basically just alters space and time and just...
Okay.
Well, I'll just show you. So I can just... And your stink jacket is gone. And now I have 3 iPads. And now you don't have a chair.